Every day, more than 17 veterans take their own lives. By building a gaming community that offers peer-to-peer counseling, GameCore is aiming for zero. Research shows that playing video games together offers social connection, stress relief, cognitive enhancement, and community building. On our Discord server, veterans, active duty service members, and supporters chat and game together. Some casual gaming sessions might only involve 2 or 3 people, while other events might include larger groups and be streamed on the GameCore Twitch channel. Most of the time, there is a GameCore member available to lend an ear to anyone who needs it. Join the Discord server. It's free. We are an inclusive community and we don't require anything of our members. If you want to be more involved, there are always opportunities to volunteer.
All right, folks, welcome to the Tech for Troops Cup Series, and we are here on Wednesday nights bringing you our last race. Do I got that right? The last race of the second round.
Yep, the last race of the second round, and we are here at the Charlotte ROVAL. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight's cutoff race here in the Tech for Troop Cup Series, and we're about to get qualifying underway here, Rick, at this tricky ROVAL. Let's get into it.
All right, with it being a road course and there's 2 laps to go here, it is going to be very interesting as these drivers get out here and get on track and qualify. This ROVAL has been reconfigured, and one of the things we don't have for you in our software with this change of track layout is we don't have that track map to show. So I'll bring up a track map, John, while these drivers are qualifying. We can kind of talk our viewers through what that's going to look like.
Absolutely. So right now, this is where we are. And so you'll see right where it says the ROVAL 400 logo there at the bottom. That is the start-finish line. You have a hard left-hander into turn 1, followed by a sweeping hander in 2, 3 with a right-hander, 4 right-hander. And then really the big change is going from 5 to 7. We no longer go through basically this like essentially a right-hander and then the left-hander followed by that turn number 7. We have a very crazy and hectic turn 7 hairpin that leads on to NASCAR 1-2. That goes on to 10, 11, and 12, the typical bus stop, then to 13 and 14, followed by 15, 16, and 17 there, exiting 4 onto the front straight. And it's all about being able to control this car. It's just not making mistakes. And so it's a tricky track, and it's a fun one here at the ROVAL.
Yeah, with the way this car is built, we always talk about being built similar to an IMSA car. It is super stiff, so you'll see it as it goes over those turtles or those curbing that you see. The whole car jumps, it moves, it lifts, it loses traction, it behaves like a brick. It's just a solid car, and it's just very little give.
Yeah, and you can see it right now with Ty Bostic right there. When it goes over the bumps, there is no give in the suspension, and he drove this corner a little bit hard into turn 7, able to hit the apex pretty well. But yeah, you said it right. The car just bounces around. I mean, it's wild if you hit a turtle in the wrong way or hit the curbing in the wrong way. Ty Bostic had a great showing last week in the INRS series. Might be able to squeeze out a pole here tonight. He was quick and repping the breast cancer awareness colors there, the pink. And you could see right there when he hits the turtles, the right-hander was a little bit better. But when you hit it just right, Rick, you can power up and you can gain a lot of time. But if you hit it wrong, you could easily spin the tires, bounce the car in, and spin out.
Well, we got well over 25 races. I don't have the final count for tonight, but we're waiting to see who is in tonight. But lots of folks out here at this track. Again, we don't have a track map to show you tonight. That is a smoking time of a 1:23.56 for Ty Bostic up there. We'll see if he improves that as he gets around the track. And just like that,
Kyle Smalley. Well, he just ran a 1:22.8.
Yep.
So Kyle Smalley up there.
That's a huge time. That's a huge time.
And the one thing about this race, and we can talk about some track facts and things going on here in tonight's Roval 200, is we are not going to have any cautions. So there will be local cautions, but there will not be any full course yellows. So traditionally, this race goes by fairly quick, right? But let's really quick bring up how many laps we got, what we're looking like for tire allocations, and see if we can bring up some of that information here.
Yeah, we're doing our best here. We'll see what we got here for you with race info. Again, looks kind of funky. There's the map's missing from the graphics, so that kind of scooches everything together.
Yeah, but looking at the race length right now, 45 laps, pit road speed at 40 miles an hour. They will have to pit. No quick repairs, 4 sets of tires, 1 of the car, 3 in the pits. 75% fuel, 3 green-white checkers. And track temp at about 89 degrees, if I'm reading that correctly. So not too bad out there. You can get about 25 to 27 laps on a tank. So you can go a pretty decent way here. So really curious to see how these cars and how these drivers are going to navigate having to pit one time. And when that money stop is going to come into play.
All right, watching other drivers make their way down the track. That is a remarkable paint scheme on Philip Van Ortwig's 24 there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at a color chrome diecast. That thing looks absolutely phenomenal.
Oh,
and I think is that it?
Qualifying took
that wasn't 10 minutes.
No, it's only 5 minutes. Qualifying just went off quick.
Whoa. We only had like half the field qualify, I think. Not even.
I don't know what just happened. That's pretty wild, but qualifying is over. Let's
go grid up, I guess.
Grid up, I guess.
All right, so here's your starting order for tonight's Bank of America ROVAL 200, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network here. Kyle Smalley on pole for the final race in the round of 12, with Andrew Pileski starting in second. In row 2, Michael Anthony and Chuck Van Scoyk up there. Row 3, Ty Bostic and Garrett Johnston, followed by Aiden Lucas and William Corinne in row number 4. Rounding out row number 5 is Jared Wishon in the 17 and Roberto Ramirez in the 41.
All right, in row 6, Marcus Adams to the inside with Cody Sturgill to the outside. Christoph Hall in row 7 with Sammy Harrell. Row 8 is Phil Van Ortwig and Justin Lewis. Row 9 is Matthew Wood and Walker Thomas. Row 10, Maxwell Caldwell and Matthew Gresham.
In row number 11, you have Aaron Jackson and Jordan Weaver. Row number 12 is Luke Bullard and John Ledger. Row 20, that's wrong. Row 20. Wow, row 13. I was reading the number and I was trying to do the math at the same time. Row 13, Greg Stone and Bud Sherrar. Sorry for the last name there, Bud. And then you have row 14 with David Watts and Alex Linney, and then Pete Woodrum rounding out the back of this field. Rick, the majority of not the majority, about half the field came down pit or went and qualified. Half the field didn't. I'm not sure if that was just because of the timing with the qualifying session. Typically, qualifying sessions on road courses are 10 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it was only 5. So we may have some guys starting in the back that may try to move their way up through the field.
Well, while that's happening, let's go ahead and cover where we stand with the playoffs. Again, this is the last round. Last race in the round of 12. As you can see, 3 people have punched their tickets to the next round. That's Walker Thomas, Wyatt Gray, and Kyle Smalley, just by virtue of points. But still, there's a lot of opportunity here to make that cut. And obviously, those guys below the cut line, Caldwell, Weaver, Bostic, and Anthony, they're all within striking distance.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there is only about 22 points separating Justin Lewis and Michael Anthony. There's even fewer there separating the other 3 drivers below the cut line. So you got to pay attention to those guys. And my 3 keys for tonight's race. Number 1, race the track. You are racing the track. You're really not racing anybody else, because if you can do that, hit your marks, which is number 2, and be consistent and not spin out, not have any major issues where you're losing 5, 10, 15 seconds, you can finish in the top 10, maybe even a top 5, because it's all about minimizing the mistakes. If you can do that, race the track, hit your marks, and be consistent, you could easily finish up there and move on to the next round. So we'll have to keep an eye on those drivers. But Rick, we're about to get the green flag here at Charlotte ROVAL. 1 more race to go, and we are green flag racing. They're going to go through the hard right-hander right here, left-hander, and green is underway. And turn 1's always a tricky one.
Yep, 45 laps here. We're going to watch through the back of the field as these drivers make their way around here. Again, this is a newly reconfigured track here, and they're about to start entering 5, 6, 7, 8 here, and that is going to be absolutely a challenge. We saw cars piling up last time trying to make it through that hairpin number 7.
Yep, hairpin number 7 is the big question mark, because drivers will take it differently. Drivers will go down on the low line, like you see the 51 doing. Some drivers may swing wide. We will see how this race is going to play out, but also the lockup there from the 15 to Garrett Johnston. And powering back up, it's always a crazy corner, as we see Ty Bostic getting a little loose out of number 7 right there. But the 51 smooth sailing, but here's a side-by-side battle between Ty Bostic and Aiden Lucas. Ty has the preferred lane on the low lane. Able to get down and protect that spot, as everybody's kind of just in a big long line right now. Nothing crazy happening on lap 1. Matthew Greichen and Luke Bullard, though, are both in the pit. Well, at least Luke Bullard's in the pits for me. I don't know what happened to Luke, Rick.
Well, Luke's got to serve a penalty from last race, unfortunately.
Oh, that is correct. That is right. Jared Wishin, I think, got a penalty for cutting the course in the 17, which is why that yellow flag shows up. So if you see that yellow flag, that means that the driver has to slow down within a certain amount of time, or he will get a penalty. Justin Lewis is off track in the back of the field. Just saw that pop up. I think he was able to. Oh no, that is it for the 7.
He has got major damage on that number 7.
He has a meatball, Rick. That is a playoff contender. His day is, I think, done.
Oh, that engine's about to expire. He may not make it back.
Let's bring up the playoff standings really quick to see where it was. I think he was that last driver in. Oh yeah, that is not what you would see if you were Justin Lewis.
Let's try to see just what happened to Justin.
It was at a turn 4. Oh yeah, you can see him really hard on the brakes right here. Drove it into the corner. And just got back on the gas and overcorrected. Oh, and head-on crash there with, I think, is that...
It's a Linney, Alex Linney?
I think so.
Yeah, that put an end to his day, that's for sure. That car's going to get parked.
Oh, we got Ty Bostic off track, Rick. Ty Bostic is now off. Ty Bostic has looped it in 16 and 17. Lost a few spots. So So we got troubles for some playoff drivers right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. We're focusing here on the 22.
Oh, some nose damage on the front. I think he'll be okay.
Some more loss of position there.
Yeah, so what happened there, and because I raced in this race last Thursday, I know exactly what happened when you're coming off that corner. You have to time it just right. If not, the back end will literally float on you. Oh, we got Jordan Weaver off track. I'm trying to keep up with all these off tracks, Rick. It's so crazy.
I hear you. And with that, I'm just looking at Kyle Smalley. Don't want to miss the leader of this race who's out in front. So let's bring up some gap information because he's got a little bit of a gap over second place Andrew Pileshi.
Yeah, a 2.5 second gap right now. Pretty solid number there.
I don't want to lose sight of the fact that right now, Balls Out Racing has got a commanding lead right now with the team championship, and frankly, they're gonna run away with it unless 1320 does something significant here at this event.
I think Balls Out would have to not show up for them
Fair.
to lose this.
Yep, fair.
And I think it just shows you the domination. Phil Van Nortwick off track, Rick. Oh, he is sliding through the infield. The car we mentioned in the pre-race, heavy impact. It's the same thing I think that happened to Bostic. When you're coming out of that corner in turn 4, NASCAR turn 4, the rear end will literally lift if you're not careful with how you're going out of the corner, and it'll want to just spin on you towards the wall. And I think that's what happened. Very similar wreck to what we saw with Ty Bostic. Ty was able to get away with it. 24, not so much.
He's got some major front end damage on that 24.
And he may be okay. I don't see a meatball flag by his name, but still a loss of major position for him.
Look around, Luke Bullard got into somebody.
He's on the apron. Not sure what happened with Luke there. Luke's going to come to a stop. Is he? He's running really slow. I'm not too sure what is going on with the 3 car.
I'm not sure what he's doing. All right, well, let's go back live. We'll see what's happening here. Well, Kyle Smalley's out in front. He's got about 2.5 seconds over Andrew Pileshi here. Lap number 5.
Doing a great job.
Thank you for tuning in tonight to the IWM broadcast of the Tech for Troops Cup Series here for the Roval and the last race in our second round. Appreciate it. If you haven't already done it, subscribe to our channel if you could. And join the IWM broadcast family, over 2,000 viewers strong. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. And whether you're watching live or going to come back and watch this on replay, we certainly do appreciate it.
We definitely do. And right now, your current top 10, Kyle Smalley, Andrew Pileshi, Chuck Van Scoyk, Aiden Lucas, Michael Anthony, Jared Wishin, Roberto Ramirez, Ty Bostic, Matthew Wood, and William Corinne. Now, when it comes to playoff drivers, this is how they run. As you see Chuck Van Scoyk getting a yellow flag for cutting the course. We'll have to slow down just a little bit. But Smalley, Pileshi, Anthony, Bostic, Wood, your top 5 currently in the order for playoff drivers, with Adams, Johnston, Thomas, Caldwell, and Weaver all right there. Oh, William Corinne dropping, and he got a yellow flag as well. He looks like he cut the course, and he's dropping even more. I think he missed the last 2 corners.
That will take some time to correct. Some notable information. We do have a number of drivers who are out. Pete Woodrum, Alex Linney, Matthew Greichen, Luke Bullard, and I think Justin Lewis may have retired.
That might be right. We got a big battle right here, though. It was forming there going into turn 7.
Yeah,
now
if
we're
you see
looking at
something, say
22.
something. We'll try to pull it together here. Just lots of corners, lots of angles, lots of individual battles going on. We'll do our best to cover it, but there are no cautions, so it's all live, and we'll do our best to keep up with what's happening. Your tower is the best way to keep up with what's happening on the track. Who's up front, who's not, who's the top 10, who's not. And right now, Kyle Smalley out in front with just over 3 seconds between himself and Andrew Pileshi.
It looks like the closest battle that we have on track, I think, is with Jordan Weaver. And, Jordan Weaver, he is very close to Aaron Jackson, I believe. That's one of the closer battles that we see. About half a tenth off there. Got another pretty close battle with Corinne Jackson and Christoph Hall right behind them.
Yeah, those three
cars
drivers
kind of under
are
a blanket.
Yep. All it takes, especially on this kind of course, is one small mistake, and you'll find yourself in trouble.
Yep, I did that last week. Barely tapped the wall at the right point, broke a toe link, and was done. And it was the lightest of touches. And so you can see right there how upset the 81 got when he was going through turn 6, just kind of in an awkward way, right? And it just upsets the car, bounces around like a freaking bouncy ball at times, and the front end just won't settle down. And so it's a very tricky track to navigate.
You saw Christoph Hall as he was going into corner number 7 just took a really different approach, and unfortunately it really cost him some time.
Yeah, for sure. As we see, I think that is the 5 of Greg Stone now entering this little battle here. Going back to another battle that, it's kind of separating a little bit now. Maybe Jared Wishin, Michael Anthony. That's a top 5 battle right there, separated by just about a half a second. We're going to keep on this one, though, because now we got side by side.
Yeah, 98 makes it past, getting around his teammate. That's Aaron Jackson.
Yeah, now they're going to battle right here. This is a tight little bit of corner, especially for the 5. 5 is really in a great position as he's able to. He goes a little wide. They're still side by side right behind.
Yeah, how they get through 7 like this is going to be very interesting.
We'll see if somebody gives. That's what's going to have to happen. Somebody's going to have to give here, and I think the 5 of Greg Stone did just give a little bit as we see the 12 ahead.
You know, the 5 has got some nose damage. Oh, this 98 goes around.
So one of the more trickier parts of this course is that turn 7 exit, because when you're getting back on the power, especially if you go through the corner in first gear, the back end just spins on you. It's the power, the ratio right there. So looks like he's just lost a few spots. Should be okay. Don't see too much nose damage on the 98, so should be all right.
So right now, your leader out in front, Kyle Smalley, kind of running away with it over almost 4 seconds between him and Andrew Pileshi in second. Andrew Pileshi is got a pretty good gap of nearly 4 seconds between himself and Chuck Van Scoik, about 3.75 seconds between third place. Aiden Lucas about a second or so behind, and Michael Anthony. That would be your top 5.
And really quick, I'm looking at the best time right now. Matthew Wood, who is also our biggest mover of the race, sitting in P7, he has the fastest lap of the race. So Matthew Wood is a driver I would watch out for. I believe he's in the playoffs, correct?
Let's bring up that information.
I believe he was sitting around the 7th spot, if I'm not mistaken.
5th.
The 5th. So he could lock himself into this next round if he gets a win. We've got a great battle, though, right in front of him, though. Chuck Van Scoik, Jared Wishin, I believe in front of them is Michael Anthony. 3-car battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And now Matthew Wood enters the chat.
Yep, let's take a bit of a wider shot here so you can get a feel for these 4 drivers here battling. Oh, someone's got a little bit of a blink going on there.
Yeah, this is a great shot of turn 7 right here, seeing what happens. Oh, 21 dives it way low on the 17. Great job, great pass. That was a textbook move right there by Matthew Wood, able to get around the 17 of Jared Wishon. And that's what you have to do. You have to put that car in a spot where somebody else gets a little bit uncomfortable, and he got the move done. Matthew Wood moved him up to P6.
His closing speed on top of the 23 is remarkable. He's able to close that gap pretty quickly.
I think it has a lot to do, and I'm going to see what he does here.
And it's later braking for sure.
The braking, yeah, he's got the braking completely under control. See this 23 a little wide. 21's right there. He may try to cross him up right here. There he goes to the inside of the 23. Is he gonna make it stick in 1? He's gonna try it. Oh, contact. Maybe not. Nope.
No contact.
Little close. 21's giving him room.
They're still side by side here.
Yeah, and 21 got a little wide. It's not.
That's going to hurt him a little bit, but not terribly.
I got it done, though. And that allowed the 17 to come back around. Yeah, the 21 has definitely got his car set up in the way where he can brake. Watch right here. He can brake so much better into the corners, and that is one thing you need here.
Huge.
Mess around with some of the brake pressure, or I guess brake bias, rather. Very impressive from the 21.
All right, Matthew Wood finds himself now in 5th place, and he's got about a second or so before he catches up to the 4th place of that. Well, it's not that far. That's Michael Anthony right there in front in the 14, and that's who Matthew Wood is gunning for.
Yeah, Matthew Wood, the last couple laps, has actually been running faster lap times than our leader, Kyle Smalley, about 0.3 faster that last lap. We'll see what he does this time by, maybe a little bit different because he's been fighting through some traffic. Last time by, Kyle Smalley ran a 1:24.4. Matthew Wood ran a 1:24.5, so just a 1/10 slower. But get that 21 car in open air, and he may be sailing to the front.
All right, 12 laps in the books. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be side by side. You won't miss a thing. But we thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech for Troops Cup Series.
Hello, my name is Jack Raymondson. I manage business development here at Tech for Troops, and I'm my 2nd year with this amazing veteran nonprofit owned and operated by veterans for veterans. I served in the U.S. Marine Corps as an amphibious assault crewman from 1992 to 1996. I also served in the U.S. Coast Guard from 2002 to 2007, joining after 9/11 as an operations specialist, then serving as an instructor of Coast Guard Training Center, Yorktown. I also spent many years as our first responder volunteering as an EMT and fireman. I'm here at Tech for Troops because I believe in our mission to empower veterans and their families with the gift of computers and technology training, as well as our outreach to help curb veteran suicide while providing a safe and meaningful community where veterans are treated with respect and dignity. We are aiming for zero veteran suicide through gaming and other program opportunities. We help veterans regain a new sense of purpose and help them see they have a brighter future ahead of them. It truly is an honor and my pleasure to serve my fellow veterans and help give them a leg up. 2024 is Tech for Troops' 10th anniversary year, and I ask that you help us support our veterans and their families with a computer donation and or greatly needed financial contribution so we can help every last veteran in need. Together, you and Tech for Troops can be change makers. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the Tech for Troops Cup Series here at the ROVAL, and we're following the moving up by 12 positions of Matthew Wood, now in 5th and challenging for 4th. And there he is.
Yeah, he is on a mission right now.
Yeah. Wow.
And Rick, the crazy thing is he's still been able to stabilize that gap to only about 13.5 seconds between him and the leader. So, like I said, get him in clean air, and you better watch out. That 13 could go to the front. Or I guess rather, not the 13, the 21. 21 could go to the front.
You know, he has had 4 attempts at road courses this season. I'm just trying to look back and see just how he did. Finished 5th. Going back, let's go back to the beginning of the year. First Road America, he finished 5th. Chicago Street, not his best race, but he won Sonoma.
Yeah, he was out there.
And Watkins Glen.
So he knows what he's doing.
He does know.
He's a ringer.
He is a road course ringer. All right, gap information. He is 13 seconds behind the leader, 3 seconds behind Aiden Lucas. But, I'm sorry, 2 seconds behind Aiden Lucas. And that is putting Aiden Lucas probably in his sights.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just, little front straightaway away. And right now, Rick, I think we got a battle forming with Jordan Weaver, Maxwell Caldwell side by side. Well, they were for a second.
Well, I don't think so. But behind them, there's these 3 cars going at it here. That's Walker Thomas and William Corinne. And I think that's also the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get all bunched up like this as a driver, it makes you a little anxious.
This is a battle for 12th. We're seeing a number of incidents around the track. Most of them are just, off track. You see Sammy Harrell cut the track. Here, that's that little yellow flag next to his name, and that happens. But this is a battle shaping up here between the 21 of Matthew Wood and Aiden Lucas here. That gap is closing. All right, 16 laps complete. John, what do we think for mileage here?
I'm thinking somewhere about 25-ish. So they're going to have to pit here in about 9 laps. We got a meatball flag for Aaron Jackson back in 20th. Something happened with that number 12 machine, a little slow there. But I think about 25 laps is where we're looking at the mark.
This may have happened before. Yeah, let's go back actually to an earlier incident with the 12. Can't tell you exactly where it happened, but something between then and now, he lost some sheet metal off that right side of that car.
Yeah, not sure. Not sure how that happened, but it's a road course. Crazy things happen here.
That's
for
right.
sure.
That's right. Oh, see, Cody Sturgill just he cut that corner.
Yeah, our resident lawnmower for the evening. Oh, it's all
Here it is. There it is.
Oh,
that's what happened. And
yeah.
Saw that right front quarter panel go dancing down the track.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I had that same exact incident. It's hard, but same exact incident.
While we were digging into that, guess who passed Aiden Lucas?
I'm telling you, this 21 is fast. He is running faster than the leader. He's got the gap down to 12.2 seconds. He was 1 second, almost a second faster than the leader. Rick, I mean, in about 20-ish laps, we could see a battle for the lead.
Yeah, but there will have to be a pit stop in between there. So, but for both, so it's he's definitely turned some quick laps. That last one was a 1:23.02, and that's nearly, as you said, almost a second faster than Kyle Smalley.
Impressive.
And consistent. That last one was a 1:23.07. You can see that the last time by, you see the 1:23.065 for Matthew Wood, your leader, 1:23.979. So almost a full second, 9/10 of a second between the is faster for the third place driver of Matthew Wood. Now that being said, he was more than a second faster than Andrew Pileshi, and there's about 6 seconds between them. So 6 laps from now, Andrew Pileshi is going to have someone in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, I mean, do that enough time, and you can catch up. He's got to be consistent, and right now he is being consistent. The leader also is being consistent. Kyle Smalley's running a great race so far. I mean, he's 5 seconds ahead of Andrew Pileshi, doing what he needs to do out there in the front. But Matthew Wood, another lap, Rick. He was faster by 1.1 seconds. He is flying out there. The only driver that last lap, or I guess it was 6:10, excuse me, one of the only drivers right now on the 123s.
We're watching Kyle Smalley here as he works his way around the track, but now he's encountering some lap traffic, and you see those battles there. That's Sammy Harrell in the 43 and Philip Van Nortwick in the 24, Christoph Hall in the 98. All that is the tail end of the lead lap cars.
Yep, and this is going to be a little bit of an interesting battle. See if he can get around it smoothly. This is the other thing you face when you're a leader now. You can play a little strategy game here and see, he got really close to the back of the 24.
Well, here's a
24 lets him go.
Well, interesting fact, these guys, Sammy Harrell, Christoph Hall, their last time through was, 1:28. So, they're 4 seconds slower than the leader. So he is bottling them up.
Wow. Cut in front of the leader's nose right there. Got a car spinning out.
That's 98 of Christoph Hall. That has shaved Andrew Pileshi down to just over 4 seconds and Matthew Wood to just over 8 seconds. That has taken off 4 seconds over this leader's gap between those second and third place drivers.
Yeah, last time by, Matthew Wood literally ran an exact 1:23. Kyle Smalley, 1:25.2. Andrew Pileshi, 1:24.2. So traffic is going to be a problem here for these drivers tonight. Now, a strategy play you could use is you could, if you wanted to, you could pit when you start to get into traffic, when you start to face some of those lap-down cars, get to pit road early so you don't sacrifice the time on the track. Therefore, you could get possibly into cleaner air or faster air. But look at that. There's a 21 right there. We just saw Kyle Smalley get out of turn 7, but 8 seconds behind is Matthew Wood.
We'll see what Matthew has to deal with as he works his way up. He's got some time before he hits those lap cars of the 98 of Christoph Hall and Van Nortwick. So this is good for him. He's able to just get clean air, not dealing with anybody in front of him.
Right.
But when he gets closer to those cars, things may change dramatically. We'll see how it all plays out. And he's coming up to a very critical juncture right here as they're making the way around. He is really, you can see he's using all of this track.
He's doing it very well. I mean, he's so consistent, so smooth. The car around right there, that's Sammy Harrell?
That was Sammy Harrell, and that's Christoph Hall down on the apron, which allows the 21 to really get by those drivers without any issue. Hasn't really improved much in his time over Kyle Smalley, but definitely it's 8 seconds. And Kyle Smalley's on pit road.
Yeah, this is where I think it's a smart move. And here comes Matthew Wood. He's right there. Matthew Wood cannot have a pit road penalty. And that's the gap. Those are the two guys that we think could be at the end of this show battling for a win. Here's Michael Anthony down pit road. He just entered the screen. Let's see if they're going to take any tires. I think you take tires right here. 45 lap old tires are no fun. Once you get to the end of this thing, you can burn 2 to 3% off a lap. So it's very treacherous out there if you don't change all four. So
I think they both, based on those times, they both took 4 tires.
The gap right now is just about 7-8 seconds between those two. So we'll see how this gap goes. But right now, Andrew Pileshi out front, though, Rick, leading the race. Aiden Lucas in second, Jared Wishon in third, Chuck Van Scoyk in fourth, and Kyle Smalley is your top 5. Well, Kyle's one of the first drivers to come down pit road. Is the furthest ahead as well, with Matthew Wood, Michael Anthony, Ty Bostic, and Garrett Johnston pitting on 20 and 21. Here comes the leader down.
Aiden Lucas, Jared Wishon, Chuck Van Scoyk have not pitted. Jared Wishon on pit road. Yeah. Hall and Harrell. It wouldn't surprise me to see someone just do fuel or try to make it go, but
I think you would just lose way too much on the overall run, right? I mean, you would gain time on pit road, sure, but it's not going to be in a positive delta comparatively to anything else. But there was the leader, and there is Matthew Wood. This is the battle for position. Matthew Wood has the warmer tires and goes right around the 91. That is for what we think provisional P2.
That's the 41 of Roberto Ramirez in front. Roberto has not pitted yet. Matthew just takes that little bit of wider entry that allows him to apex that corner and really make up time right there.
Yeah, his corner exit speed, his entry speed is good, his exit speed is good, everything. I mean, it's all good. It's all really good.
Still just under 7 or so, just over 7 seconds between himself and Kyle Smalley, 7.3 seconds. What's going on, Kyle Smalley? Kyle Smalley just turned the fastest lap. 1:22.806.
Michael Anthony looks like he got a track limit penalty right there. He's gonna have to make that up. Got that taken care of last time by Kyle Smalley up just 2 seconds, but Rick, the gap net is in favor of Matthew Wood down to 6.3 seconds. It was at about 8 seconds when they went and had that pit stop exchange.
Consistently chewing away at this time with 22 laps to go. Plenty of time. Again, your leader, Aiden Lucas, out in front. Aiden has yet to pit.
Yeah, well, on cue. On cue. There he is.
Well, and right there, Chuck Van Scoik takes over the lead, but Chuck has not pitted.
Yeah, it's another bold move. I mean, I get it. I think it could help on the back end. I mean, his last time was a 1:24.6. His fastest time was a 1:23.7. So he's off about a second.
There's only 3 cars that have not pitted.
Whoa. Matthew Wood just almost ran a 1:21. He ran a 1:22.010. 1.3 seconds faster than Kyle Smalley that last time by. Goodness gracious.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen a time that low.
I mean, he's pushing like eNASCAR times, Rick.
Yep.
Like eNASCAR times, I think we're in the high 121s. Looking at Matthew Wood's in-car from Nicholas, West Virginia. Here he is going into...
Oh, he takes a big bite out of that corner.
What that does is it actually sets up for a great exit, you know, because you're slowing the car down and you're able to make almost a tighter entry. The second corner of that right-hander, so you're able to get it. And here, let's see, tight, makes it really tight here. He gets in the grass a little bit, which helps him slow down. Yeah, he is on a burner. This might actually be faster, Rick. This might be one of the fastest times of the day. About 5/10 off. But still, he just ran 3/10 faster than Kyle Smalley. The gap now is 5.4 seconds.
Expecting that we'll see Chuck Van Scoik come in, and that will return Kyle Smalley to the lead with Matthew Wood on his tail. Unless Chuck's got some special something in that car but he's 25 laps in. That's typically when that tank is empty.
Yeah, he's got some Krabby Patties or something fueling him. I don't know what he's got behind the wheel there. I don't know. SpongeBob looks awful happy, so there might be some extra Krabby Patties on board there in that engine, in the fuel cell.
It's got to have something because I think we can almost hear that engine skipping from here.
Hey, here he is.
There it is. And there is your leader, Kyle Smalley. Matthew Wood's last time was nearly a second faster than Kyle Smalley. The gap is 4.5 seconds between these two drivers.
Wow.
Solid racing by the 21, Matthew Wood.
He's chipping away. Down to 4.5 with 19 to go. The math is mathing in his favor.
Well, the 51's going to just have to deal with the 24 there. That's a wounded race car that he's able to get by. See the brakes glowing hot on that 51.
There's the 24, and then right behind is going to be the 21 entering the picture. There he is, one straightaway away.
He's close.
As that last time by was a 2-second advantage to Matthew Wood.
Wow.
That's really all he needs when you do the math here. He needs about 2 to 3 tenths a lap to be able to catch that 51 machine. Now, catching a driver is a lot different than passing a driver.
That's
But
right.
last week in the INRS, we saw a last lap pass right where Kyle Smalley was.
That's right.
A bump and run. And will we see that again? I would not tune away because the gap is now shrinking. 4.2, 4.3, 4.1.
Just around 4 seconds between these drivers. All right, we're going to take another commercial break. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in.
Are you looking for a way to safely and securely dispose of your old electronic devices? Why not donate them to Tech for Troops? Tech for Troops is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to bridging the technology gap for in-need veterans and their families. The donation process is quick and easy. Simply go to techfortroops.org and click on the donate link at the top right-hand side of the page. Scroll down to access the Give Back Box link. To create your shipping label, click Add to Cart and complete the checkout process. The shipping label is good for up to 50 pounds. You can recycle most standard shipping boxes to send in your devices. Oh, don't forget the power cords. Give new life to your old technology by responsibly recycling with Tech for Troops. Help save the environment and support a veteran.
All right, welcome back. 17 laps to go here at the Roval. Right now, Kyle Smalley out in front, but why are we featuring the 21 of Matthew Wood? Because Matthew started in 17th. He's now up to second. He's closing the gap now down to 3.13 seconds between himself and Kyle Smalley here. He is running him down with just 17 laps to go.
This is going to be an incredible comeback. I mean, it'll be the biggest move of the race. And if he can run down and pass Kyle Smalley, I mean, what a run. What a run for that 21. I mean, I think he's going to get there, Rick. I mean, he just ran a second faster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a matter of time.
It's chipping away.
Cue the Jaws theme.
We don't have a Jaws theme.
You don't have that button queued up?
We don't
Yet.
have Jaws. No.
Start getting sound effects into the broadcast.
Well, we have that at our disposal. Just got to add it, but we do have this.
Shake it back!
That's I think we're gonna see a lot of shaking and baking here in a few laps between these two guys for sure. That may be for next season as we introduce some sound effects.
That's right.
You know, when a car's closing in or something like that, add a little bit of humor to it. You know, just for fun. Okay, we need to get the digger cam back. Got to get the little guy out there. You know.
Yeah.
Get a little pop up.
We got him. I think he's still. Oh yeah. Digger's here.
Is he here?
Oh yeah, but we'll bring that up for Talladega. That's when Digger comes out.
Yeah, that's in 2 weeks. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, then you're missing out.
It's
on
all good, yeah.
a NASCAR icon,
That's right.
icon. But Rick, that gap is closing in, and you know I don't want to ignore anybody else, but I mean, there's no other really battles going on the track. I mean, your top 10 is Smalley, Wood, Pileshi, Wish, and Lucas with Anthony Bostic, Van Squeek, Johnston, and Ramirez there. And looks like, William Corinne is off and out. I don't know what just happened to him. But he is on pit road, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's see if we can bring up that replay. Oh, just kind of loses it and tags the wall.
I think he just towed.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh, man, hard right-hander. And
I think he lost the
Right
toe
there,
link
too.
and just was not able to really pull it together there.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron Jackson has a meatball, but right now this is what we're paying attention to. This is our closest gap on the track at the moment. 1 and 2, top of the field. The 51 and the 21. We're going to duke it out here with 15 to go. Now, if you're Kyle Smalley, you're already locked into the next round, right? But you don't want Matthew Wood winning a race.
That's right.
So how do you defend it very well? I mean, last time by, I'll do the math. Let's see. He was a whole second faster. I mean, what do you do on a road course when the guy behind you is a second faster?
And he's in his rearview mirror. He's just about to be right on top of him.
This is setting up for a perfect turn 7 pass. The timing on this, I think, is going to be right in the 7, depending on how well the 21 can get through this portion of the track. If not 7, then it's going to be on the backstretch. Oh, is it going to be here? Might be a little bit greedy. Oh, not quite. The battle for the lead is on. What will the 21 do? He's a little bit further back. You can see just how better he is under braking. And he is right there on the back doorstep. He's going to try to get right into the wake of the 51. Maybe you see a little front stretch pass out of 4. Oh, 51 drove it in way deep.
Oh,
Way
he's
deep
out
with
of
the
shape.
51.
He
He's sideways
spins.
and wrecks.
Well, Matthew Wood now takes over the lead from the 51 from that little bit of a bobble there. That's all I guess you could call it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just drove it in way too deep. You could see, I think, lock up a little bit. Yeah, just wouldn't turn. And no real lockup, but just the car was a little too fast there. And now Matthew 4 seconds on him.
Wow. With 13 laps to go.
Yeah, 13 to go and looking for some, there's not many battles on track, but we could slowly work our way through the field. Matthew Wood up 16 spots is now your leader. 3.7 seconds behind Matthew Wood is Kyle Smalley there with ball round. And what a run, 91 of Andrew Pileshi in P3. Now he's 10 seconds back, but he's still doing a great job there in 3rd. Jared Wishin sitting in 4th, and Aiden Lucas in non-player drivers.
He broke up there a bit, John. But, yeah, Aiden Lucas is sitting in 5th, while the 21 of Matthew Wood is just running away with it. But he's got 4-second gap between himself and Kyle Smalley. We'll see how it all plays out. All right, William Corinne is out after that last incident. Number of drivers out: Sammy Harrell, Jordan Weaver, John Ledger, Justin Lewis, Luke Bullard, Matthew Greichen, Alex Linney, and Pete Woodrum all out here. Tremendous turnout, nearly 30 drivers here today, but Matthew Wood, he is the star. He is up 17 from where he qualified. Finds himself right now on top of the board here with just 12 laps to go. Now he's going to start encountering some lap down cars. He'll have to navigate, but he's been doing that for the whole race. Kyle Smalley, 3.7 seconds behind. See how it goes. Back, taking a look at Kyle Smalley back here. Working his way around, back up to Matthew Wood. He just blew past lap down car. Now he sets his sights. I think that's Greg Stone he's about to come up on.
I believe so. But just 11 laps to go here, and Matthew Wood is basically just driving away at this point.
Yep. Oh, Kyle Smalley. Something may have just happened. I'm not really sure what. May have just been getting around Cody Sturgill there.
Well, Rick, at this point of the race, it kind of paints a little bit of a picture for the playoffs. Let's bring up that playoff graphic and see where everybody currently is.
Give me 1 second. Give me just a moment. See what we got here. All right.
Yeah, so with Justin Lewis being in P25, he can't lose more than 18 points to Michael Anthony. Right now, Michael Anthony is sitting up in 6th. The exact gap is 17 points, Rick. Or I guess that would be 19 points. Excuse me. So that is very tight between Justin Lewis and Michael Anthony. Ty Bostic sitting there in P7. He is somewhat clear. Jordan Weaver, he's currently sitting all the way there in P21. Now, I think Ty Bostic will jump over Jordan Weaver in the points. Then the big question is Maxwell Caldwell. What happens with Maxwell Caldwell? Well, Caldwell's running in P12. The gap between Caldwell and Weaver is currently in the point standings. Caldwell is currently 9 spots ahead of Weaver. So right now, I believe Ty Bostic would be in off of points, the way that this is running. Now, the big question is if Michael Anthony can make up some more spots. That's the biggest, I think, worry right now. But I think Ty Bostic could get enough points and make it in. Just by rough math.
It's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, it's going to be really tight. The big the big issue was Justin Lewis, right? That was the big cut line driver there. Now Garrett Johnston currently running in 10th. So he should be safe. Marcus Adams is another one. Marcus Adams is currently running in 14th. He should be safe. Again, Matthew Wood's up there driving the wheels off his car. Andrew Pilesch's up there in 3rd. Kyle Smalley's already locked in. So really it comes down to Caldwell, Weaver, Bostic, Anthony, and Lewis.
I think I got it.
Is that what I just heard? I mean, we got to be... I love it. Well, we know what to play next week or tomorrow or any other race in the future we have if we see a car that is much faster and behind another driver. So absolutely epic, Rick. Great job. Great job.
All right, let's get this standings out of your way as Kyle Smalley is doing his best to try and catch back up to Matthew Wood. But, you know, there's 8 laps to go. That gap is 4.5 seconds. right. Well, John, pretty impressive here with this kid, Matthew Wood. He has won twice here already on road courses, and he is close to notching up another win.
It's an amazing run. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the gap was what, like 20 seconds, 18, right?
Yeah.
It was something crazy. He's like netted 25 seconds. That's what is that? Close to a quarter, I guess, a little over a quarter of a lap.
Well, Jamie Call in the YouTube chat basically thinks you should not be doing math. So
Oh,
he's got Caldwell as over Bostic in the standings.
really? Okay. Okay. So, I mean, I was just looking. I was literally doing all there. So, yeah, fantastic. If we have an exact number there, that'd be great. So, Maxwell Caldwell could be in. Could be in on that.
Yeah,
But what an amazing run for the 21, though, Rick. I mean, and pulling away still. Maybe Jamie Calls is not a Ty Bostic fan. You never know.
It's quite possible.
Quite possible.
Yeah.
We have a few of those, unfortunately.
It happens.
But it happens. It happens. Either way, though, right now, as it stands, Matthew Wood's still running up there. And I'm looking through the gaps right now. There's no significant battles going on. Everybody's separated by... Some are separated by 1.5 seconds. Some are separated by 17. Not a lot of battles going on at the current moment.
All right, 6 laps to go. Matthew Wood continues to dominate, dropping back to Kyle Smalley. Kyle's running pretty much by himself here, just trying to do anything he can to close that gap, but it just continues to widen. Andrew Pleshy back in third. Again, as if we could show you the whole track, which we can't, we'd show you that there's a lot of space between these drivers. They're all over this course. Another thing to pick up here, a good run by Jared Wishin. He is up 5 spots, currently in 4th in the, he's top 5. Another big mover is Greg Stone back here in 13th, but he started back in 25th.
That's a long ways away to make up through a field, Rick. I mean, you're making up basically half the field, a little under that, and doing it in the most treacherous part of the field, starting in the back and working your way through. Great run for the 5 of Greg Stone.
Really, after Matthew Wood with plus 16, you've got Greg Stone, the next highest advancing driver.
Pretty awesome there, and only 12 cars on the lead lap as we are now approaching 4 laps to go. Matthew Wood out here just running away with it. Oh, slight lockup right there as a car sideways, I think. He's now approaching Maxwell Caldwell.
I think he's got that's the 98 of Christoph Hall in front of him.
Oh, 98 at Christoph Hall. My bad. Maxwell Caldwell's in front there. Looking at the wrong car. We may have a battle forming right now, Rick, for 5th and 6th. Michael Anthony is getting fairly close to Aiden Lucas. Gap has shrunk. I've been kind of watching it. It got down below a second. Now it's down to 0.6 of a second. We'll see what Michael Anthony can do. There's the lunge.
Oh, he's at the inside.
Yeah, but that 34 is going to have that run off the corner every time. Yeah, that is our closest battle on track right now for position. And Michael Anthony battling for points. Oh, he might have him there on the outside. Oh, got a little loose. And you can see the track get pretty dark. It looks like we had a big old cloud come over the track right now. Pretty wild to see. They're now going to be faced with a lap car in front of them, so this is going to be interesting to see how they navigate. Especially battling for position, because Michael Anthony is still in the playoff fight. Trying to gain as many spots as he can. Every point and position matters. Oh, not going to catch him at the right time there. It didn't look like it cost him too much. May try a low lunge again. No, it doesn't do it this time. May have a little bit of a try here. See if he can get the run. He's going to try to do a little bit of a crossover once he gets to the left-hander. Crossover to the left side of the car. He's there. Not quite yet.
Watch this incredible battle between Michael Anthony, Aiden Lucas here as in the waning laps, just 2 laps to go here. We're going to jump up front with our leader, Matthew Wood here with lap down car in front of him. That could be the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell, who is the last car on the lead lap. White flag is out. This race is winding down, just a couple miles left away. For the 21, you see the brakes lock up on that 94.
Got to be a little careful here. You don't need to spot.
No.
You don't need to, just, I would stay behind the 94. I would just ride, right?
Yep.
I would just ride. I wouldn't risk it.
He's got 8 seconds of gap between himself and second place. Take it easy. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not really pushing it. No reason to. He's got this one in his pocket. Just needs to make his way around.
Yeah, you can see that gap closing significantly. I mean, he's literally taking a victory lap right now. But what a run from this 21 machine. Matthew Wood coming all the way from where he was in the field, minus 15, 20 seconds to win by over 7 seconds, a 25-plus second delta gained in this race. Matthew Wood wins at Charlotte and I thought he was about to wreck Rick in my heart.
Right?
I was about to have the worst call I've ever had in my life if he spun out of the 4, or I guess 17 rather, and didn't win this race. But Matthew Wood brings home the phenomenal clinic of a win. He was their biggest mover. I think he possibly led the most laps, right? I don't know. I would assume.
Absolutely.
I mean, he almost had a max points day technically. I mean, he did everything right, and with that, wins and moves himself into the next round with Kyle Smalley and Andrew Pileshi there. Your top 3, which we're going to interview here in just a second.
All right, Matthew Wood pretty much takes his victory lap here. It's his cool down lap. Takes it easy here, or burns up a bit of his tires as he wins here in the Tech for Troops Cup Series here in the Bank of America ROVAL 200. And in the last race of the second round, Matthew Wood cements. He was already close, but this was the kicker here. Takes home some extra bonus points and moves on to the round of 8.
Unbelievable run. Unbelievable run.
All right, as we wait for the rest of the field to finish up their way around, I think we do have results.
All right, here is your final results for tonight's Bank of America ROVAL 200 and the Tech for Troop Cup Series, last race in the round of 12, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network. Matthew Wood gets the win, Kyle Smalley in second, Andrew Pileshi in third. We're going to interview those 3 guys here in just a minute after the results are in, and we go through those, so make sure to stick around. Jared Wishon in fourth, Aiden Lucas finishes in fifth, Michael Anthony finishes in sixth, Chuck Van Scoyk in seventh, Ty Bostic in eighth, Garrett Johnson in ninth, and Walker Thomas in 10th.
All right, finishing in 11th, you got Maxwell Caldwell, Greg Stone in 12th, Marcus Adams in 13th, Christoph Hall in 14th, Philip Van Nortwick in 15th, Bud Shearer in 16th, Roberto Ramirez in 17th. In 18th, you've got Cody Sturgill, 19th, William Corinne, and 20th, Sammy Harrell.
In the 21st position, you have Mr. Jordan Weaver. Aaron Jackson finishes in 22nd. John Ledger, 23rd. David Watts, 24th. Justin Lewis, unfortunate there, 25th, with Luke Bullard in 26th. Matthew Grekin there in 27th. Alex Laney in 28th. And Pete Woodrum in 29th. Rick, do we have any of the guys ready to interview?
Well, we should be looking for Andrew Pileshi. Let's see if we can go find Andrew. I know where he hangs out. And there we have it. Andrew, congratulations on your P3 finish.
Hey guys, thank you.
You're welcome. Tough.
Crazy.
Tough. Well, ROVAL's tough, and you qualified right there near the front, and that's where you wound up.
Yeah. I just wish I had a little more from them guys. Matt and Kyle, them guys are really, really good here, and I was hoping to be a bit more in the conversation than I was, but this is by far, in my opinion, the hardest road course we've ran all year as far as being consistent and safe and keeping it, on track and not bouncing it off a curb and spinning out. So props to them guys. They're killer. It was tough out there.
Yeah, definitely had some good road course drivers out there. Obviously, you were out there with Matt Wood and Kyle Smalley. You guys are battling all night, but hey, good finish to your race, and those close out the round of 12 and on to 8, right?
Yeah, it's nice to make it this deep into the season. I wasn't really expecting that going into it. If you asked me in February, I would have been doubtful. So it's pretty proud to make it this far. Pretty proud of the series of road course races I put together this year too. I mean, maybe one of these days I'll get one, but I think I have an average finish of like 4th or something like that in all of them. I don't think I missed the podium once, so I'm going to brag on myself a little bit. I'm pretty proud of that.
No, that's pretty awesome.
But yeah, it was a good time. Good racing out there.
Well, the round of 8, we head to Vegas and then Dega, and then will be at Nashville Super Speedway to close out our round of 8.
Yeah, looking forward to Vegas. I love Speedway. Talladega is going to be crazy. Hopefully, have a really good week next week and not have to worry about it too much. And
Well,
yeah, we'll see what happens.
any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, Tech for Troops for sponsoring the league. They're great. Having them as always. You guys up in the booth, Elliot for putting it on. Everybody does a great job. It'll be fun going back and watching this kind of a snooze fest there. Probably was interesting there for a minute when the 21 caught up to Kyle. So I get to see that. And my team, all the 1320 guys, and the competitors. Like I said, them guys are solid. I feel like they've made me so much better than I was in February. So looking forward to next week.
Well, I think it's been I think you'll enjoy the replay. I think there was some great racing throughout the field, but we hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Got it. That's Andrew Pileski finishing here in third. Let's go ahead and talk to Kyle Smalley here. Move Kyle into the broadcast booth. Man, Kyle, tough out there tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough race. I mean, I got second, but I do not like this track. I'd rather be doing the oval. But yeah, it was a good finish tonight. Got some bonus points moving into the next round, so it should give me a little bit more of a cushion when we go to Talladega.
Absolutely. So we'll be at Talladega next. We'll be at Vegas next week, then on to Talladega, and then we finish up here the round of 8 in Nashville at the Super Speedway. But yeah, should be a great next round. You've had a great season so far, but man, you've been putting up some good numbers as this season has come to a close.
Yeah, hopefully I can just win next week and I don't have to worry about Dega.
There you go.
I had a good chance winning Vegas earlier this year, and got wrecked on the last lap. But hopefully we can get the win next week. We'll be good.
That sounds great. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, everyone at Balls Out Racing. I think we got 3 of the 5 into the next round of playoffs.
Yeah, and I could be wrong, but I think this race probably may have cemented your team as the season winners in the team event.
Yeah, that's good too. That was our main goal from the start of the season, just getting the team championship. But yeah, everyone at Balls Out, Elite Designs, and Diecast fans, and you guys for broadcasting.
You got it. Well, that's Kyle Smalley finishing second here to Matthew Wood, who came from the back to the front to really be able to make a difference here. Matthew, congratulations on your win, man. That's some great driving.
Thank you. Yeah, I struggled in qualifying, and I was actually struggling with a throttle issue the whole race.
Well, you couldn't tell. I would say your aggressive attack through the 7 and a number of other points on the track really made a huge difference.
Yeah, I was definitely noticing I was going a lot more aggressive. I was watching some of Daniel Mosteller's laps. Of course, he's absolutely incredible road racer. He, of course, in the Coke Series, and in practice, I was running times that he was running. And just because I was running like 23s and I watched his laps, saw what I was doing wrong. But the problem for me was the first half of the race. I couldn't, my new pedals are coming in. I believe I've talked about them before, but my brake pedal's broke. So my clutch pedal is my brake pedal and my throttle pedal doesn't want to go all the way down. The sensor's broke. So it's like glitching all over the place when I'm halfway down or more. And then sometimes it just doesn't want to go all the way down. But I found out that if I roll my foot from right to left on the pedal, then it'll go all the way down. So once I figured that out, I was comfortable. But Kyle and Andrew were putting up an incredible race. And then, I've done it in one of my leagues a couple weeks back when I went deep in the final chicane. And I knew that he was probably going to spin trying to keep it on track because of the stop and go penalty. But I didn't know, so I just kind of backed off because I didn't want to hit him and give him damage. But other than that, then we just started driving away. So didn't think I was going to be able to get that much time, but definitely a fun one.
Well, I mean, you put up the fastest time of the race, a 1:22.01.
Yeah. I was hoping to get in the 21s, but Nah, but it was that was when I had just figured out the problem, I believe. So that was definitely a quick lap.
Well, absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win. That obviously is just what you needed to exit out of the round of 12, and definitely get you some extra bonus points as you head into the round of 8. Now, of course, this was the round of 12 here was a little bit different with the tracks that we saw here. Versus what we are going to see in the next round. So we saw a flat track of New Hampshire, we saw Kansas in a mile and a half, and then here's the Roval. We're really the round of 8. Things kind of get shooken up a bit. You wind up with a mile and a half at Vegas, a super speedway at Talladega, and then Nashville Super Speedway.
Yeah, I think I've been getting much better on the super speedway, so hopefully, I can just keep myself out of trouble there. But as far as Vegas goes, I like Vegas. I'm pretty good there. But Nashville, I'm gonna have to have a good points day at both Vegas and Dega because I don't know how Nashville's gonna go for me. I've sort of figured it out, but hopefully, where it's kind of more of a short track, I can use my road course abilities to kind of get around the corners better.
Well, good luck to you. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Goat Racing, Goat Locker. They've really brought me on like family, as well as Outlier, McConey, all these guys that support me. Everybody that supports me every week. The entire team is absolutely incredible. Thank you to everybody that was clean out there on the racetrack with me. I pushed some guys out wide, and I apologize, but thank the Lord for what He's done for me, for what He always has done for me and my family, and we'll go to next week and hopefully get a win.
All right, that is your winner tonight here in the Bank of America ROVAL 200 here, the Tech for Troops Cup Series. Matthew Wood etches his name into the race championship here as we move on out of the round of 12 to the round of 8. John, any thoughts or comments as we close out tonight's broadcast?
Just congrats to Matthew on the phenomenal win, and make sure to tune in next week when we will be at Las Vegas. A fun one there, and make sure to tune in tomorrow night as well. For the INRS, they will be starting their round of 8 at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway as well. So make sure to tune in, folks, and hope you enjoyed tonight's race.
All right, so from John and myself, we thank you, and we hope to see you tomorrow night. And if not, we'll catch you next Wednesday. Thanks, and good night.